guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about all of the Louis Vuitton bags. Actually, let's strike that. We're not talking about all the Louis Vuitton bags. We're going to be talking about the top 6 most popular bags from Louis Vuitton. One of them maybe top 5, and then like my favorite Louis Vuitton bag. So top 6 Louis Vuitton bags that I think are either going to be worth the price still with the current price increase or not worth the price. So if you guys are interested, then just keep watching. Alrighty, so the first bag that I'm going to be talking about is going to be the Pochette Accessoire. So I personally don't have this bag, but in the last year, I genuinely actually wanted to add this bag into my collection. I just think it's so versatile. Oh, let me talk about the price really quick. So the old price of this bag was $910. This is from 2015. And then the new price is $1,290. So basically rounding up $1,300. So there's been a $400 price increase on this bag. And I've read a lot of threads of people talking about how because this used to be below $1,000 and now it's basically $1,300, a lot of people don't think this is worth it is because it's like thin and flat. But I actually do think this bag is still worth the price. Hear me out for a second, okay? Don't need to throw stones and sticks. The reason why I think this bag is still worth it is because this bag is so low-key and versatile. Like, yes, you have the logo. Like, a lot of people don't like the Louis Vuitton monogram. They think it's too much, and that's totally understandable. My best friend thinks Louis Vuitton monogram is old lady vibes. She's crazy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But because it's so small and petite, I feel like this is a very good just kind of like accent bag, where if you have a very simple outfit and then you have this, you can wear like jeans and a white top and then have this. It's just like, it gives you kind of like an, what's the word I'm looking for? Like understated but statement piece at the same time, because it gives you that pop of logo, but at the same time because it's like small enough that it's just kind of, it's like the right amount of logo because it's so small and petite, as opposed to, for example, like a giant Neverfull with the monogram. It's like very loud and big, but this is like loud but quiet at the same time. It's basically like an introverted extroverted bag, if that makes sense. Again, I just feel like you could really get the cost per wear out of this. I've seen vintage versions of this bag on Fashion File and The Real. So I'm honest, I really do want to add this piece into my collection just because I've just seen so many outfits recently. Especially, I follow a lot of Japanese accounts, and I just think it looks so cute on. It's so small. It's basically like the Prada re-edition, like that type of vibe aesthetic where it's like low-key but and it's like big enough that I can put like a decent size like small wallet and at the same time fill it with a couple things, but small enough that you don't overfill it. Whereas, for example, the mini pochette, you're able to turn that into a bag, but because of the size, like it's really small, and like having it as a strap, like I've totally worn it as like a mini strap bag, but it's just too mini that sometimes it's like I just want it a little bit bigger. So this bag, I do think it's still worth the current price only because of the cost per wear that I personally would get out of this bag if I were to own it. I feel like it'd be worth it. All right, so now we're gonna be talking about like the trinities of Louis Vuitton. So the first one we're gonna talk about is going to be the Alma BB. So the current price for this bag is $1,760 based on the price in 2015. I know that back then, like 5-6 years ago, they did used to have like a vernis version of this and the epi leather. I know they brought the epi leather back briefly, and then they also have it with like the cool straps and everything like that. The vernis Almas are actually really nice. But so the old price ranged from $1,130 to $1,200. I believe I bought mine for $1,130 was the retail price. Okay, I just grabbed mine just so you have like a visual representation. So when I did buy my bag, I honestly don't remember. I think I bought this around 2016, at the end of 2015, 2016, I bought this bag, and I paid around, for retail, like I know that it was cheaper than $1,200 for sure retail, like not counting taxes and everything like that. And again, so the current price is $1,760, so that's about a like $600 price increase in the last 5-6 years. Do I think this bag is worth $1,760? See, this is really hard for me because I love this bag so much. If you guys have seen my Louis Vuitton ranking videos, it's just, I love the Alma BB so much. I use it actually a buttload just because of like the style. The aesthetic is so cute. One gripe that I do have about this bag that I feel like a lot of short people would relate to, because I'm 5'3", is the strap. It's not even the fact that it's adjustable or not, it's the length of the strap just doesn't fit me. I feel like if it were adjustable it would be nice, but I like the look of a non-adjustable strap, which this strap does come with. The strap is not in here, I have receipts, sorry, because in general I use this top handle. When you have the strap on this bag, it sits kind of awkwardly. Again, if you're short, you understand, but it's because I love this bag so much. I want to say it's worth the price, but I feel like a lot of people don't love this bag as much as I do. So for $17.60, when you round up with taxes, it could probably hit, let's just say, $1,900. Do I think this is worth $1,900? No, I do not. On top of that too, because this is such like a classic bag, I'm sure you can find this on the resale market for a little bit cheaper. Especially, again, personally, I really like the look of like the honeyed patina. I just feel like fresh vachetta looks nice for a millisecond, but with the monogram especially, I just feel like aged vachetta just looks so much nicer against the monogram. I mean, when it's too dark, then you know that's a little too much. But yes, so current price point for normal people, I don't think the Alma BB is worth $1,900. I'm rounding up here, of course. Like $1,200 I think is like a really solid price point for this bag, but the fact that it's like over $1,800 now, I don't think this bag is worth it. However, again, I just like to amend my statement briefly, is that I love the Alma so much that I would love to add this in a vernis. I think it'd be really, really cute, but that is a different conversation. So yes, for the epi leather ones, I actually do think it's not, I wouldn't say worth the price, it's still a little bit pricey, but because the epi leather ones, it's full leather, so it makes more sense to me. It's more justifiably so that it's $19.60, and it's just like so different, and it's just solid and unique, and you don't have to worry about like water damage and stuff like that. And then of course they have the ones with the thicker strap, which adds like extra $400, which again makes sense. Jacquard straps in general, or just any strap in general, minimum when it's like a luxury strap is going to be like $350 plus, and then when we get into Dior straps, it's like $1,000, but that again is another conversation. So the epi leather Alma BBs I do think are worth the price, but just the regular canvas monogram, I don't think this is worth the price. Alrighty, so the next bag I'm going to be talking about is going to be the Neverfull MM. I feel like this is the one that everyone talked about the most during the price increase. The Neverfull MM in 2015 was, I think, I tried to look for an exact price, but in 2015, so 6 years ago, it was $1,200, approximately like $1,260, whereas the current price is $2,030 for the medium size. That it literally is doubled what it used to. I have the Neverfull MM. Let me just grab it and I'll show you guys. Hold on. Alrighty, so I do have the Neverfull MM in the Damier Azur print. I got this after I graduated high school and I was entering my first year of college. What year was that? So my first year of college was like fall of 2011. Yeah, fall of 2011. How much was this? I for sure know it was less than $1,000, like for sure. $800, $900. I'm 99% sure, but don't quote me on that because my mom got it for me as a graduation present. But yes, so mine is very old. Mine is legit 12 years old. Over 10 years, yeah. This bag is 12 years old. You guys just want to see the condition of it. The vachetta is so dirty. I just want you to see it. Like, do you see the discoloration right here and here? I beat this bag up. When I got this bag, I used it everywhere. I used it for travel. The Neverfull, I feel like, will just forever be an iconic Louis Vuitton bag, no matter who says that it's basic and people don't buy it anymore, but everybody buys this bag, okay? That's why it has such a crazy price increase. So do I think this bag is worth $2,000? This is the thing. I don't think it's worth $2,000 because it's so flimsy, because to be honest, if we're basing this on price, I would rather get the Celine Cabasso because it's an all leather lined bag. I mean, the entire bag is leather. Let me actually look up how much the Celine bag is just for reference. Alrighty, so the small Celine Cabosse tote is going to be $18.50, so it's actually cheaper than the Louis Vuitton bag, and then the bigger one I'm pretty sure is just a little bit like $100 more expensive. Yeah, so the medium size one is literally $100 more expensive. It's $19.50. If you guys see the Celine Cabas tote, it just says Celine Pears. There's a zipper inside. It's super nice, and because it has the straps on the side, it has basically the same aesthetic vibes as this, where you can kind of like pinch in, because the point of these straps, if you guys didn't know, is that you can pull it in and then it turns into basically like another type of bag. So basically imagine the Neo Noe into a tote bag. That's what this can turn into, which is one of the selling points of when I bought it. But to be honest, I mean, I did actually try to do it, but it wouldn't hold enough. Like the retention right here isn't strong enough to actually keep it like that. But anyways, do I think this bag is worth the current price point? No. I think that is the conversation that everybody is having, is that the Neverfull MM, the fact that it's all canvas, this bag is so thin, it's so flimsy, and this is worth over $2,000. You must be out of your mind. However, I will have to say, I mean, again, my bag is 12 years old. It's in great condition for a 12-year-old bag. And again, I know a lot of people have complaints about the current canvas and vachetta, what everybody talks about, so I can't say with the new canvas like how that would hold up. If you were to use this as like a work bag, a school bag, a baby bag, because it is pretty relatively large, I think you can get your cost per wear out of it, but I would recommend you to get a different tote bag. Something, there's so many different tote bags now, like Fendi has a tote bag, Louis Vuitton. You might as well just like save up a little more and get the on-the-go tote, to be honest, just because this, there's just like, there's no structure into this at all. Like it's so flimsy, which is a plus to it because it's so flexible. But yeah, honestly, I would just save up a little bit more and get a Goyard St. Louis tote. You guys know my gripes with the St. Louis tote. The reason why I don't have it is because the corners are known to have the wear and tear, but I'm pretty sure Goyard St. Louis tote is cheaper than the Neverfull MM, because back then I was gonna buy the St. Louis tote maybe 3-4 years ago, before the pandemic for sure, and it was around $15-30, around that price point, so it's cheaper than the Neverfull MM. I don't know if they've had price increases, so I would just get the Goyard tote to make it more special. But yes, so there's my 2 cents on the Neverfull MM. I don't think it's worth it. $2,000? Oh, hell no. Okay, alrighty, so the next bag I'm going to talk about is going to be the Speedy B25. So the new price of the Speedy B25 is $1,820, so $1,820. Let's just round it up, basically $1,900, okay? The old price 6 years ago in 2015 was $1,370, so that is like around a $500 price increase, which is a big chunk, to be honest, because this bag is a lot smaller. So let's just compare the price points of the Speedies really quick. So when you look at the Speedy Bandoulier, like essentially a Speedy B25 is $400 more for a strap, essentially, comparing it to the Speedy 25 versus the Bandoulier. $500. See, I feel like $1,370 is such a solid price because this bag it's big enough to like put extra stuff in, but it's small enough that it still could be a purse, just because I feel like the Speedy 30 size is just a little bit too big. Let's just compare the size of the Speedy 30 just as is. So the Speedy 30 is $1,550. The pricing is just it's just ridiculous. Okay, really quick side segment. I do think that the Nano Speedy is still worth the price just because I use it all the time. And even though, yes, the Nano Speedy used to be, it was like $1,180. $200, like, yes, that's a big chunk, but at the same time, because the Nano Speedy is so versatile and I use the Nano Speedy to death, I think the Nano Speedy is still worth the price. The Speedy B25, $1,820, let's just round up, it's almost $2,000. I don't think it's worth the price just because there's a couple alternatives you can get. It's just like I feel like you might as well just get the Speedy 20. For example, the Speedy 20, even though it is more expensive, it's because obviously you're paying for that jacquard strap, but it's smaller. I feel like it lays on the body better, and then you could just buy another vachetta strap from a strap store like My Bag Organizers and stuff like that and just make it into a nano Speedy but bigger, Speedy 20, you know what I mean? I just feel like the price points, because the Speedy is the quintessential Louis Vuitton iconic bag, that's why they raised it too. The Speedy and the Neverfull are the two most iconic bags from Louis Vuitton, which is why I feel like they got such a big hit. I just feel like there's a lot of other alternative crossbody bags that you can go for. Yes, the Speedy, again, like I said, has the iconic and the history behind it, but I don't think the Speedy B25 is worth, I'm rounding up again, $2,000, just because there's other crossbody bags that I feel like you can get for less than $2,000 and still just like be cute. So basically I'm measuring the Speedy for functionality wise, less the branding in the name. The only Speedy genuinely that I think is worth the price, like really, other than the nano Speedy, is the Speedy BB, the one that was like the black and the leather one that I was all about. I would totally buy that bag if they re-released it. I just think it's so cute, it's stunning. Hello Catwalk City, I'm 99% sure she has this bag. I'll insert like a clip of here of the bag if you guys don't know what it looks like, but it's stunning. It's with lamb skin, not calf skin, so it's just like soft and supple. I'm not really a fan of the chain, but yes. So the nano Speedy and the Speedy BB, I think, are the two like bags that I think are worth the price. But the B25 right now I feel like is quite expensive. So all of you ladies that DM'd me during the last like start of my YouTube channel and told me that you got the Speedy B25, you guys made it before the price increase. At the time I think the bag was worth it, now not so much. Like I think for the Speedy B25 $1,500 would have been my cap. Okay guys, so the second to last bag that I have on my list is the Palm Springs Mini. So at the time when I got this bag, but I believe it's around like $1,800, for sure less than $2,000, for sure less than $2,000. I think it was like $1,800. So in 4 years, it is, the current price for this bag is $2,448. So that's like a $500 price increase on this bag in a span of 4 years, which to me is pretty hefty. This tiny little backpack used to be less than $2,000 and now it's basically $2,500. It's so crazy because I love this bag. You guys know I love this bag. If you guys watch anybody's video on this bag, whether they have the old one or the new one, the height of this bag definitely was during festival season. I think like 4 or 5 years ago, every single influencer had this bag and it was it. They had this in the reverse mono. I looked on the website too and I think they discontinued the reverse monogram, which kind of hurts me because I low-key wanted that as well because I love this bag so much. I genuinely wanted to get both of them eventually. If you have either of these bags, this bag is amazing. Do I think this bag is worth $2,500? Because of the amount of times I've used this bag, I want to say yes. Okay, hold on. $2,500 for a tiny little backpack. That's very expensive, don't get me wrong, but I use this bag to death. Genuinely, I use this bag like crazy. So I for sure have gotten the cost per wear because you can turn this into a backpack. You can turn this into an evening bag by using it like this and just kind of just holding it like this. You can even crossbody it out like this just with the one strap, which is the way that recently I've been really liking to just use the one strap. But of course it is a backpack, so you have the 4 D-rings that you put the straps on each side. It's just when I saw the updated price, I literally was like, what in the world? This is $2,500. But it's like, tell me what other luxury backpack that you're debating between, because the Chanel backpacks are basically $4,000 now. Okay, granted they are leather and they are Chanel, but still $4,000 is still $4,000. Dior backpack, let's look it up. It is very expensive because I actually really like the Dior backpack. Okay guys, so I found it. Took a little minute because they're out of stock and it was a seasonal bag. So if you're comparing, like, this is basically a carbon copy of the mini Dior backpack. I remember they had this in white and that was the one that like was like chef's kiss to me. $3,600, which with tax is basically like $3,900. Okay, so this definitely gives, basically, if Lady Dior and Palm Springs Mini, you have the Canage print and you have the overall aesthetic combined, this is the bag, right? Again, this is all leather, of course, but still $3,600 is expensive. So the reason why I say $2,500, yes, this is very expensive, but considering if you want a luxury backpack, and there's nothing wrong with that, like I am a backpack fiend, okay, this is the cheapest one out of the selection that we have. And because I use this backpack so much, I say it is worth the price. When you own it, if you have a Palm Springs Mini, even if the quote-unquote hype died down, everyone knows like this bag is just, it's so easy to use. I'm so sorry, but yes, it is still worth the price. Okay, so my last bag, it did get a big price increase. I wouldn't say this is a popular Louis Vuitton bag, but it is a bag that I have been wanting for 3 years, and I just keep putting other bags before it, and then now I'm honestly just leaning towards getting this bag pre-loved instead, just to even save like a couple $100. I think would be fine with me. I don't need this bag brand new. So it is the Cane's bag, okay? So the current price is $2,910. Let's just round up again. Essentially this bag is $3,000, okay? So 4 years ago, in 2018, this bag was $2,340. So essentially there's been a $600 price increase on this bag, and it was really hard for me to decide whether this bag was still worth it or not. Paying retail price, personally, I don't think this bag is worth it anymore, just because I know I wouldn't be able to use this bag that much, just because the way that it lays, the aesthetic of the bag is a very like nice bag. Again, of course, everybody knows you can wear any bag you want in any occasion. You can bring a Chanel classic flap to the market if you want to live that life, go for it. But it's just, this bag is a very evening-esque bag, and I just, $3,000, no, I cannot. The old price, so $2,300, I'm just like, you know what, this is fair, but almost hitting $3,000, I just don't think it's worth it buying retail. I definitely would look into buying this pre-loved. I know Mel in Melbourne has the Cane's bag, but she has it in the, it's either the epi leather or the vernis. I'm 99% sure it's the epi leather, because they did release this in the epi leather like years ago, because she bought hers vintage, and I think that looks really nice. And I'm pretty sure the vintage version, when she bought it, I think it was like, I think she mentioned it, I know for sure it was less than 2,000 for sure. The reason why I love this bag so much is just, well, one, I really want to add a reverse mono piece. You guys know I'm a monogram girl forever, so because I love monogram so much, I really want to add one piece of reverse monogram. And I love that it has the black treated trim, so I don't really have to worry about it getting like dirty, rain damage and stuff like that. If it was trimmed with vachetta, I honestly don't think I would like it as much. I like that it's edgy, but it's classic at the same time, because it has such a structured vibe to it. So it gives me just like vintage Louis Vuitton trunk collection vibes, but at the same time being like new, modern and innovative, just because the black, I feel like, just really makes the reverse monogram pop even more. This used to be on my like birthday wish list that I kept adding to it, but then I would obviously get another bag instead. I honestly wish I got it last year for my birthday. Don't get me wrong, I love my Dior saddle bag, but this was really like one of the bags that I really wanted, and now I regret it, because now it is so overpriced. Like $2,300, I'm willing to pay that. $2,900, not so much. So retail for the Cane's bag, I do not think it's worth $2,900 anymore, but it is still on my radar. I definitely still want to add it, but for sure I think I'm gonna go pre-loved instead. Alrighty guys, so that is it for my little if it's worth it or if it's not. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like a part 2 to this. Let me know if you guys agreed with my choices, if you guys think none of the Louis Vuitton bags are worth it anymore, because that's how I feel about Chanel. I do not think Chanel is worth the prices anymore, which is why I'm never on the website, and I just never even go inside the boutiques, because I don't even want to be tempted to buy anything, because it's not worth it. So yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps support my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.